Hi, good evening students. Today we shall discuss the topic the earth and its neighbors in class 5th. Okay, let us discuss this. So in this, what are the topics that are going to cover? So the first one is the sky and different heavenly objects present in the solar system. We are going to discuss about the sky and different heavenly bodies. What are heavenly objects? Okay, what are those? What are those heavenly objects present in the solar system? We are going to discuss regarding the topic. Next one, the planets and their satellites. What are planets? What are the different planets we have? Next, structure of the earth. What is the structure of the earth? The next one is difference between rotation and revolution of the earth. Okay, we are having two things. One is rotation and one more is revolution of the earth. We will discuss one by one. And one more is how seasons are caused. How the seasons are going to be formed. Festivals, how we are going to get the festivals and that are related to heavenly bodies. These are the topics that which we are going to cover in this particular chapter, particular lesson. Okay, see now. The first topic is the sky. The sky is full of heavenly bodies. Some of them are brighter than the other. Okay, the sky completely having what are heavenly bodies? The bodies which float on the sky will be called as heavenly bodies, which are floating on the sky. Stars, planets, okay, comets. We are going to get large things. Okay, we will see now. The tiny aspects of light that appears in the sky are called stars. Especially in the night, okay, we will see a small objects in the sky. They will be called as stars. Okay. The slow moving bright bodies are called planets. There will be the bright objects, okay, and which will be very near to earth when compared to stars. So they will be very slowly moving and those will be called as planets. Okay, generally we will having these will be called as, they will be called as planets. Okay, all the planets will revolve around the sun. Okay, even the earth is also revolving around the sun. And we are having these stars now. Stars will be like twinkling in the sky. And this is the sky at daytime. Okay, see now next. Now we go for stars. So what are stars? The star is hot glowing ball of gases. So what is star? A star is a hot glowing ball. It just seems to be a ball and which is very glowing and which is a very hot, which is full of gases. What are present inside the star? Gases will be there. They give us its own light. The star will give you their own lights. Okay, they will give their own light. That will be called as self-luminous. That will be called as self-luminous body. The bodies which give their own light will be called as self-luminous objects or self-luminous bodies. The sun is bright object. Sun is the bright object. It is the star nearest to the earth. Sun is the brightest object and which is also a star and which is very near to the earth. There are many other stars in the sky, but they are far away. But they are very far away. They are not near. But sun is our nearest star and all the remaining things are very far away. We feel them shining at night. Especially in the night we can see those stars which are very far away from us and we feel that they are shining. They seems to be shining. We cannot see them during the day, but those stars cannot be seen during the daytime because of bright light of the sun. The sunlight will dominate so that in the daytime we cannot see what is known as those stars. Only we can see at night. The other stars are much bigger than the sun. There are so many stars in the sky and those are very bigger when compared to sun. So that is the thing. So the next topic is planets. We shall go for planets. What are those? a planet is a heavenly body. It is also a heavenly body. I already told you. Star is a heavenly body and planet is also called as heavenly body. A heavenly body means which is floating on the sky will be called as heavenly body. Will be called as heavenly body. Which is in the space. A planet goes around the sun along some fixed path called orbit. So there will be sun at the center and the planet will go round the sun. Okay, along a fixed path. There will be a fixed path for it. In that fixed path, the planet is revolving around the sun. Planet is going around the sun. That going we call it as revolving. We will discuss. The earth on which we live is a planet. Earth on which we live. We are living on the earth, na? So that will be considered as a planet. So earth is also a planet. It does not give any light or heat of its own. So the earth cannot give light or heat of its own. Earth cannot give light or as well as earth cannot give heat. Okay, by itself. The earth is one of the 8 planets. These planets move on an orbit around the sun. There will be 8 planets. Generally, before that we have considered Pluto as a planet. But Pluto is now it is considered as dwarf planet. Now it is not considered as a planet. So except Pluto, we are having 8 planets. In that, Earth is also one of the planet, which moves on an orbit around the sun. All the planets are moving along the different orbits. Every planet will have its own orbit. Earth is also having one of the orbit which revolves around the sun. The other 7 planets are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. 7. So, and the 8th one is Earth. Mercury is the planet closest to the sun. So, here what we have to learn, children, what we have to know, the Mercury, the planet which is very close to sun. The planet which is very close to sun is which one? Mercury. Its surface has many craters, C-R-A-T-E-R-S. So what are craters? Just like a big holes, big depth of holes will be called as craters. Okay, Mercury will have much craters. Remember, it is very important. In GK you are going to get it. Right? Neptune is the fastest planet from the farthest, not fastest, farthest planet from the sun. And I mean from sun, the Neptune is very long, very far away. The near planet is Mercury and the far away planet is Neptune. Most of the planets takes less than a day to rotate and around their own axis. Almost all the planets will take less than a day to rotate around them. So I already told you rotation and revolution. There will be 2 things. Rotation means it is rotating by itself there only. See, generally a planet is going to be rotating by itself. Through rotation it will also revolve around the sun. 2 things will be happening there. Right. Only Mercury and Venus rotate at slower rate. So which planets will rotate at slower rate? Very slowly, Mercury and Venus. Venus is the planet closest to the Earth. So for Sun, the closest planet is Mercury. For our Earth, the closest planet is Venus. Its surface is too hot for life. Generally, the Venus planet will have too hot surface, very hot surface in order to exist. Venus is usually called the evening star and morning star. In some places on the earth you can see Venus directly. Okay, in few areas. It will be called as evening star and morning star. Jupiter is the brightest and largest of all planets. When compared to all planets, which is the brightest planet? Jupiter. And which is the largest planet? Jupiter. Remember that. Saturn is not so bright. It has system of rings around it. Saturn is also one of the planet and it is not so bright, but it is having some ring-like structure. So this one. So see this picture. This is Saturn. It will have some ring-like structure, which will be very beautiful to see. Next, we can see the planets that are farther away using a telescope. How can you see a planet? You can see a planet by using what is known as telescope. So likewise, we can discuss, we can learn about this particular planets. And the next topic is the solar system. What is the next one? The solar system. The solar system includes the sun, the 8 planets and their satellites, and the dwarf planet Pluto also. Pluto is going to be considered as a dwarf planet. What is solar system? Sun, along with sun, the Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, okay, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4, 4, 8, and there will be a small planet Pluto. Okay, so which is, now it is not going to be considered as planet, it is considered as dwarf planet, remember that. Around 75 years only they have considered as planet regarding Pluto. Now it is not going to consider as a planet, that one. Okay. The next topic is satellite. See, satellite is a body that revolves around a planet on a fixed path. So satellite is one of the body which will revolve around a planet. Generally, the planet will revolve around the sun. Okay. And the satellite will revolve around the planet. So like that. So there will be sun here, and there will be, this is one of the orbit, and the planet is revolving around the sun. This is sun. So around the earth, around the planet, there will be one thing which is revolving, a small thing, smaller one when compared to that, that is satellite. Satellite will revolve around the planet will revolve around the sun. The satellite may be natural or man-made. Satellite is of two types. One is natural satellite. For our earth, if we consider the planet earth, for us the moon is the natural satellite. Okay. And there will be lot of satellites that are sending by the scientists. Okay. They will be called as artificial satellites. Man-made satellites are also called as artificial satellites. The moon is the only satellite of earth. So for earth, moon is the only natural satellite. Which one is that? Natural satellite of earth. So the natural satellite is, only natural satellite of the earth is what? Moon. The moon has no atmosphere. Moon does not contain atmosphere. What is atmosphere? Air surrounding it. Okay, so we don't have moon. It has no light even of its own. Moon does not give light of its own. Generally we are getting light from the moon. We are getting bright moon, okay, in full moon day. How we are going to get that light? That light is due to sun. The sun rays will fall on the moon and that will be reflected for us. That is why we can see that. The moon shines because it reflects the light of the sun. Sun rays will fall on the moon and that rays will be reflected by the moon to the earth, so that we can see the moon. We will discuss what is reflection, everything in our light chapter in your future classes. Okay, right. We have also launched number of man-made satellites into space. They are also revolve around the earth just like the moon. Such satellites will be called as artificial satellites. I already told you satellites are of two types. One is natural satellite and one more is artificial satellite. For our earth, the natural satellite is moon, and there are large number of artificial satellites that are sending through rockets, and they will also revolve around the earth as that of moon. The first man-made satellite is Sputnik. Remember children, this is very important for your general knowledge. So which is the first man-made satellite? Sputnik. Sputnik 1. This will be called as Sputnik-1. Was launched into space in 1957. When the first satellite was launched? The first satellite was launched in the year 1957. Artificial satellites are are used for weather forecasting, to know weather in different areas or different parts of the world. Okay, in communication and studying about space. So for all these purposes, what is known as these artificial satellites are going to be used. What are those? For weather forecasting. What is the temperature in particular place? Okay, whether we are going to get the rainfall or there is sunny. So everything we are going to get through this particular satellites. And even in communication, in order to transfer the data from one place to another place. Suppose at one place the cricket match is going on, and that thing will be telecasted all over the world. Okay, so that is called communication. Not even cricket, that is one of the incident. Likewise, you are going to get many incident. And studying about what is known as space, studying about space also. And the next topic is the earth. Our earth is the only planet in solar system that is known to support life. In order to have life, we are having only one planet in the universe, that is earth up to now. It has land, water, mountains, valleys, hills, VALEYS, valleys, hills, plains. It has flowers, plants, animals and people, but it has not always been light here. Okay, so earth consists of this much thing. It consists of land, it consists of water, it consists of mountains, it consists of valleys, it consists of hills, plains, flowers, plants, animals, people, I mean human beings, but it has not always been light here, because for 12 hours we are going to have day and 12 hours we are having night. It was born as a huge ball of dust and hot gases. How the earth has been born? While the earth was born, at first it is a huge ball and it was having dust and hot gases. It keeps on spinning, that is called rotation. The earth will always keeps on spinning. At its spun, its outer surface grew cold and hot. While spinning, okay, if the outer surface of the earth is towards the earth sun, it will be warm or hot. The other side will be cold, like that. Some gases escaped while some gases were trapped inside the earth. Few gases which are very light, just like helium and hydrogen, they have been escaped from the earth. And there are a lot of gases that are present inside the earth, that is oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, like that. Today, the earth is like a half-boiled egg. Earth seems to be like a half-boiled egg, in the sense hot, such a hot. Day by day it is becoming hot. Its outer surface is hot, but inside has hot molten material, that is called core. Inside the earth, there will be very hot molten material. Generally, they will be called as lava, volcanoes. Okay, we are going to get that, which will be very hot inside the earth. The outer surface is called crust. What is the outer surface of the earth is called? Crust. Outer surface is called crust. Okay, crust. And the inside surface is called core. Inside surface, inner surface of the earth is called core, and the outer surface is called crust. Between the outer surface and the inner core, there are large layers of rocks, minerals and metals in the solid form. So between the outer surface means crust, crust, and the inner surface we call it as core. In between these two things, this is the inner surface and this is the outer surface, and in between these things, what we are having large layers of rocks, big rocks, minerals like iron, copper, okay, nickel, like that, and metals in solid form. Minerals and metals, mineral ores will be there. You are going to learn one by one. From minerals we are going to get metals, we are going that in solid form. Today, even after the million of years, the core is under high temperature and pressure. After the million years of the birth of the earth. Now its core is, now also it is, the core temperature is very high and pressure is also high. The boiling liquid and gases below the crust push against the outer crust. So boiling liquids and gases below the crust. Below the crust they will push against the outer crust. The weak spots of the to earth crack open under this pressure. Let it be hot boiling liquid and gases crush out. This is how volcanoes are going to be formed. From inside the earth we are going to get large number of what is known as the pressure. With large pressure we are going to get hot boiling liquids and gases. That is what we call it as volcanoes. Volcanoes tells us about the interior of the earth. Okay, from volcanoes what we are going to get? We are going to get how the interior of the earth is present. Okay, from volcanoes we can learn about the interior of the earth. The next topic is movements of the earth. So what is that? How the earth is going to be moved? The earth takes 365 1/4 days to go around the sun. So earth going around the sun we call it as what? Revolution. That will be called as revolving or revolution. So it takes 365 1/4 days. This period is called solar year. That will be called as what? Solar year. The earth continues on its journey around the sun at a speed of 30 km per second. See children, at what speed the earth is going to be moved around the sun? 30 km per second. It also rotates on its axis. It takes 1 day or 24 hours to make rotation. So first of all the earth is going to be rotate by itself. It is going to be rotated. How much time it take to rotate? 24 hours or 1 day. Similarly in the same fashion the earth is revolving around the sun. At what speed it is revolving? At 30 km per second, not hour, second, remember that. The axis is the imaginary line. Now we are going to discuss about the axis. It is an imaginary line running through the center of the earth from north pole to south pole. So this is one. This equator line, this imaginary line we call it as what is known as orbit axis, and it will separate north pole and south pole. There is another line around the earth. This is called equator. Divide the earth into two halves, that is northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So north pole and south pole, this is the one what is known as north pole and south one. The first one what is known as axis, north pole to south pole, and the second one is the underline imaginary line, we call it as the equator. The two movements of the earth rotation and revolution have an important effect on it. So earth is having two movements, one is rotation and one more is revolution. These two will have very important effect. What are those? Rotation causes days and nights. We are getting days and nights due to rotation. While rotating, one of the surface will be towards the sun, the other surface of the earth will be away from the sun. So away from the sun will be night, towards the sun will be day. In addition to the equator, there are two more imaginary lines on the line. One line is called Tropic of Cancer, the other line is called Tropic of Capricorn. So this is equator line, and above it we are having Tropic of Cancer, and below one we call it as Tropic of Capricorn. These are all just imaginary lines. In southern hemisphere, in southern side we are having Tropic of Capricorn. In northern hemisphere we are having Tropic of Cancer. Next one is seasons on the earth. How on the earth seasons are going to be formed. When the north pole of the earth is towards the sun, this is north pole. North pole of the earth is towards the sun, it has summer. So this north pole region will be summer. Suppose sun is here. So that north pole will be sunny and the southern pole will be cold, winter. Okay, sunrise falls directly on the northern region. This part has hot summer. During this time, the south pole is turned away from the sun, gets the sunlight. It has winter. So, in the north pole region, we will having sun. In southern region, we will get winter. In northern region, we will get summer. As the earth continues to revolve, a time comes when the north pole is turned away from the sun, then it has winter, and the south pole there gets summer. While in rotation, a condition will be reached such that the north pole will come down and south pole will move towards the sun. Okay, at that time, regarding southern region, we will get summer, in northern region, we will get winter. As sun rays always fall directly on the equator, this part has summer throughout the year. So, the equator region, the center part region will be always summer throughout the year. There will be hot thing. Okay, it will be very hot throughout the year. During winter, the days are short and the nights are long. Remember this point. During winter, the daytime is very less and the night time is very high. During summer, the days are long and nights are short. Just quite opposite to that of winter. 23rd March and 23rd September are the days where the days and nights are equal. See children, when the daytime will be 12 hours and night time will be 12 hours. On which day? On 23rd March and even 23rd September. June 21st is the longest day in the year. The daytime will be very long. When the daytime will be very long? June 21st. When the night time will be very long? 21st December. Remember that children. 21st December. And the next one is factors causing the seasons of earth. In order to have seasons, what are the factors? The tilted axis of the earth. Tilted means while rotating, it will have small turn. So this will be called as tilting. A small turn we call it as tilting. The revolution of the earth. Two things will be happen. Tilted axis and one more is revolution. These two will cause what is known as seasons of the earth. The tilted axis means it is an imaginary spinning axis from north pole to south pole is not perpendicular to its orbital path. I mean perpendicular. This is orbital path. It will not be perpendicular like this. This is north pole and south pole. This is the actual position. Tilted means it is just a turn like this. A little bit. Okay. And so about an angle about 235 degrees. Around the sun, angled about, causing different parts of the planet to receive varying sunlight throughout the year, which creates season. This tilting of the earth, tilting of the hemisphere, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere will cause what is known as seasons. When a hemisphere tilts towards the sun, it experiences summer. When it tilts away from the sun, it will experience winter. And the next one is about festivals and heavenly bodies. If you see in calendars that the holiday for Eid is marked depending on the position of the moon, depending on the position of the moon. This is because the Islamic calendar is based on the phases of the moon. And depending on the Islamic calendar will go towards, they will be concentrated, those festivals will be done through moon position. Okay, so that they will do their festivals. Many Indian festivals are linked to the moon, the planets, the sun and the seasons. So all are responsible in order to get different festivals. Holi festival comes in spring season. When you are going to get Holi festival, children? Spring season. The Sakhi, Onam, Pongal, etc. are some Indian festivals linked to the seasons. These are the Indian festivals that are linked to season. Generally, Sankranti, we are going for our Hindus, we are going to celebrate one of the function called Sankranti in Andhra Pradesh. Where when we are going to get every year the Sankranti festival, we are going to get in January 14th. January 14th, the sun will move from Dhanu Rasi to Makar Rasi. They will be called in Telugu. Okay, it's enough. So, from like that, the festivals are going to be discussed, celebrated. The days of the weeks in Indian calendar are named after the planets. So, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they are going to get because of planet. Sun means sun, through sun, Sunday, through moon, Monday, okay, a Tuesday, Mars, through Mars, Tuesday, okay, like that, the days are going to be get. Festivals of India, different festivals we are going to celebrate in India. Okay, thank you. Okay, children, now it's quiz time in our topic. We will see now one by one. First, we go for multiple choice questions. What is the first one? The sun is a dash. You try to pause it and do yourself. Okay, right, see now. The sun is a dash. Is it a planet, star, moon, asteroid? Sun is a star. The earth moves around the dash. Earth will move around the dash. Moon, Mars, sun, Jupiter. Earth moves around the sun. The natural satellite of earth is, what is the natural, only earth is having only one natural satellite. What is that satellite? Sun, Mars, moon. It's moon, not Venus. Which planet is known as the red planet? In all the 8 planets, which one is called red planet? Mars. So, not Earth, not Jupiter, not Saturn. The group of stars forming patterns in the sky is called dash. So, what is group of stars? They will form patterns. That patterns we call it as constellation. It's not galaxy, it's not orbit, and it's not a comet. Next, go for the next bits. See now, pause it and do it. This one also. Alright, see now. Which is the largest planet in our solar system? Earth, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars. It's Jupiter. The path in which a planet moves around the sun is called. The sun, around the sun, the planet will be moving. That path, what we call that path? Is it rotation, revolution, orbit, axis? It's orbit. Which planet has a beautiful rings? We already discussed this one. Venus, Saturn, Mercury, Uranus. It's Saturn. The Milky Way is a dash. What is that? It's a star, planet, galaxy and comet. It's a galaxy. The sun gives us dash. From sun what we are going to get? We are going to get water? No. Air? No. Light and heat? Yes. Soil? No. It's light and heat. Next we go for true or false. The moon has its own light. Does the moon contain its own light? No. It's false. Star shines because they produce their own light. Yes. Star is a self-luminous body. So, the body which will produce the own light will be called a self-luminous body. The body which cannot produce the own light is called non-luminous body. Okay, right. Earth is the biggest planet. No, it's false. We already discussed Jupiter is the biggest planet. A day is caused due to the rotation of the earth. Yes, it's true. Next, we live in Milky Way galaxy. Yes, it's true. Next topic, we go for fill in the blanks. Earth is the dash planet from the sun. Which planet? Third planet. Earth is the third planet from the sun. Okay, right. Next, a group of billions of stars is called dash. It is called as galaxy. Group of billions of stars, we call it as galaxy. The shape of the earth is generally up to now we will call it as round. Actually, it is a spherical shape. Spherical. Or we can say it as round shape. Alright. The sun rises in the dash. I will not do this one. You just try yourself and comment in the comment box. Alright. The planet closest to the sun is. Which planet is closest to the sun? Mercury. Alright, go for the next one. Some questions. We will see very short answer questions. We will see now. Name any two planets. We are having large planets or 8 planets. You can tell even dwarf planet Pluto. You can write any of the two. Earth. We live on the Earth and Jupiter. You can write Mars, Mercury, etc. What do astronauts travel into? Go to space. On which basis the astronauts? What is the media to travel? One is rocket, through rockets, or spacecraft, and spaceship. We will call it as spacecraft and spaceship. What is galaxy? What is galaxy? A galaxy is a group of billions of stars, planets and gases. Galaxy is a group of billions of stars, group of billions of stars, planets and gases. Almost all the planets contain gases. Alright. Why can we see the moon at night? At night time we are going to see moon. Why? Because actually the moon will receive sunlight and will reflect to the earth. So what does the moon do? Because the moon absorbs sunlight and reflect to earth. It will reflect to earth. That is why we are able to see the moon. Which is the center of our solar system? Sun is the center of our solar system. Okay friends, children, the thing is actually you are listening the concept, but you are not going to answer the quiz questions. See, this is just test for you what you have learnt. See, from the next class, this is the 4th standard. After 5th standard, I am going to do in-depth concept regarding IIT. Okay, you are going to write any of the competitive exams like NTSC, NMMS. Okay, so likewise you are going to write much competitive exams. Please try to subscribe if you love. If you love my channel, if you love really, you must subscribe and you should share to as much as people. Okay, so thank you. So now we go for the last concept. What is that? Our moral of the day. What is the today's moral? The stars remind us to dream big. What will the stars do? The stars will remind us to dream big because they will be far away, and that far away, the star which is placed far away will remind us to dream big and keep asking questions, because looking at the sky, a small kid will ask so many questions. What is that? What is that? What is moon? What is that? Like that. Likewise, you have to keep asking questions regarding the concept. Even you can ask me in the comment box if you have any of the queries regarding that which I have taught till now. Okay, for every episode or every class you can ask the questions. I will try to answer as much as possible. I will reply to everybody, each and everyone. Okay, very good.